Hi, this morning I'm going to bake one of my gluten-free loaves made from flour that I purchased from the Flour Girls. I will put all the ingredients and the details of where you can contact them, where you can buy flour from them, and how you can buy flour from them in one of my comment posts in this video. So for now, I'm just going to show you, and I'm going to basically go about making my gluten-free loaf. Hopefully you guys will get some enjoyment from it, and for those who are celiac out there, maybe you can give it a bash. Just a quick pan of all the ingredients. Got my gluten-free flour. Once again, just to give them another punt, bought from the Flour Girls. Salt, bicarb, baking soda, instant dry yeast, honey, apple cider vinegar, psyllium husk, xanthum gum, eggs, and the last thing which I didn't put out here was oil, sunflower oil. One, 2 teaspoons of salt, two teaspoons of bicarb, two teaspoons of baking soda, and 2 teaspoons of xanthum gum. Again, so that's all the dry ingredients together. The only two other dry ingredients are going to be the psyllium husk and the instant yeast, which goes into my water, my lukewarm water, but I'll be showing you what to do there as well. So that's the dry ingredients. Now I'm going to do the wet ingredients. Right, now we put the instant dry yeast, again I'm doing a double loaf mix. Everything here is going to be halved, obviously. So this this recipe calls for 400 milliliters of water, and it's got to be lukewarm. So what I normally do is I put half boiling and half tap water. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure out 400 ml of boiling hot water, put my honey into the hot water so that it dissolves nicely, and then I'm going to add 400 ml of tap water, and that gives me the right temperature to mix the liquid solution, which is the water and the honey, into my yeast for the heat, and the honey, the sweetness from the honey obviously acts as a bit of an activator for the yeast. So I'll do that now. Right, set it on 0. Pour myself 400 ml. Mils. 2 tablespoons of honey. Right. Honey is incorporated nicely into the hot liquid. Get my tap water. Right now put 400 ml of cold water. And I'll mix that with the yeast. In the meantime, so we leave the water and the yeast to do their thing, their little magic, for 5 minutes before we add the psyllium husk and the apple cider vinegar into the liquid mixture. Don't need the scale for now. Now all I'm doing is slowly, every now and again, I'll mix the dry ingredients just so that the salt and the xanthum gum and the bicarb and the baking soda all mix nicely, because once we combine the wet and dry ingredients, I like to make sure that everything's combined nicely, and then the combination and the mixture between the wet and dry is purely incorporating the water and the dries to give you a nice flowing smooth batter. It's almost like a cake batter, but really delivers brilliant loaf of bread. If I must say so myself, something far better than I'm able to buy commercially in South Africa. Okay, so we mix that a little bit. And throw that away, and throw that away because that was the last of the xanthum gum. The eggs, because in this recipe I only use the white of the egg. I don't use the yolk. What we need to do here now is, this recipe calls for 30 mils of oil, so I'm doing my 60 because it's a doubling up sort of story. So as you can see, the yeast, honey and water are doing their magical thing. You can actually see how the yeast has started, it's developed a nice yeasty skin over the surface of the liquid, and it's now ready to put the psyllium husk and the apple cider vinegar in here, which I will do now. And that I also leave that for about 5 minutes before I start doing the mixture. So let's start with the psyllium husk. Two tablespoons of psyllium husk, and then 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Very simple recipe. Just going to do some spraying cooking on my bread pans. Continue mixing. Can't mix it enough. Right, now we incorporate the white of the egg, all the wet ingredients with the dry. And you mix. What you call a little bit of elbow grease. If you're ambidextrous, you can give yourself, your upper body, an even workout, because you can go left, you can go right, And now, because I'm doing two, I'm just going to use a scale to help me make sure that I get two even sized loaves. But if you were making just one, obviously you don't need the scale because all the ingredients would go in. Right, normally with the weight of my pans, it's about 1.5 kilograms. Loaves, now what I normally do is I put these in the microwave in a dark place and I leave them for 2 hours to proof. So that's what I'm going to do now. This is after an hour of proving. Yeast is doing its magic. Another hour to go before we bake. So now I've preheated my oven to 205 to 210 degrees centigrade. I've put it on thermo fan. Now I'm going to put the 2 loaves in and bake for 45 minutes. Been baking for 45 minutes. Looks good. I'm going to take it out. Yep, the bread looks very, very nice. It's got a nice hollow feel to it when I knock it on the sides. And yeah, let it cool completely and then slice, which I'll do later and show you what it looks like. So once the bread's completely cool, you can start slicing. What I do is I slice and pre-pack into portion sizes, plastic, and I freeze. It's absolutely delicious toasted, and it's also equally delicious fresh. So yeah, let's slice the bread. See the crust nice and hard, and you can see the lovely texture of the bread. It really is good. So I will put all the ingredients in the comments, and obviously also the method I'll do in the comments, or if I'm good at editing my video, I may be able to do it in the video. Either way, please like and share and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.